What's up everybody? Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be making twine wrapped jars that we have around the house. I used a jelly jar and I used a pasta sauce jar. I actually had some twine that I picked up from the Dollar Tree and I had some macrame cord that I had at home as well. So if you are interested in watching how we created these jars, then go ahead and keep on watching.
So what we are going to need for this project is macrame cord that I picked up from Joann's Fabrics. I also picked up some twine from the dollar store. These jars I just had laying around the house, and you'll need hot glue as well. Alrighty guys, so the first thing that you want to do is go ahead and grab some jars that you have laying around the house. I am going to use a boysenberry jam jar, and right here I'm going to use a pasta sauce jar as well. So what you want to do is remove the labels, go ahead and clean them, clean off any sticky residue that you see on the glasses as well. We have our jam jar and our pasta jar clean. What we are going to do is go ahead and just plug in your hot glue gun here, and we are going to start unwrapping some twine, because this is what we are going to be putting on the bottom of our jam jar. Okay, so what I thought was going to work would be simply putting glue at the bottom of the jar, taking that twine as is and wrapping it around the bottom of the glass jar. It would have worked. It would have been a little bit more time consuming than I was willing to take on it. But the problem was that the twine is so thin, it was just so hard to keep wrapping around the glass and not leaving any spaces. So I actually went ahead and made the decision to not wrap the twine around the glass as I'm showing here. I decided to go a different route, but I did think it was important to go ahead and leave this clip in here. If you have twine that's a little bit thicker, that would actually work a whole lot better. So definitely follow these steps if you are wanting to do this. I would definitely recommend some thick twine.
Okay, so what I ended up doing was actually taking off the twine that I had just wrapped around the bottom of this jam jar. The twine that I got from the dollar store is just so incredibly thin that it makes it really hard to wrap. So plan B is going to be to finger knit the twine. That way it makes it a little bit thicker, and then we'll wrap it around the jar that way. Okay, so what you're gonna do is go ahead and take the edge of the twine here. You're going to wrap it around like this, creating a loop. So this is the short end on top, long end is on the bottom. This loop, you're going to go ahead and put 2 fingers in. You want to grab the long end of the twine and pull it through there. You're going to repeat that same process like 10 million times. You're going to take this and you're going to grab that long edge there, and again take that, grab that long edge, and then just keep on going.
So what I did was finger knit about my arm's length, maybe an arm's length and a half for that tiny jar. And then I'm going to take my scissors and snip off the ends of the finger knitted twine to go ahead and just make those ends short so there's nothing that is hanging off of the jar. I'm then just going to follow the same steps that I did for the thin twine earlier and place some glue on the jar and start wrapping the twine around. I am being super mindful though of the glue. I am not laying the glue down super thick. I'm thinning it out kind of with the tip of the glue gun, because I don't want this project to be super bulky or have any hot glue pieces that just stick right through it. Also make sure when you are wrapping the twine on the bottom here that you don't want to put it super close to the bottom. We want to make sure that that glass bottom is still sticking out, so when you place it down on a table, it's not uneven.
stuff. Okay, so we wrapped the finger knitted twine, there it is, around like a third, a little more than a third of the jar. What we're gonna do next, here you go. Do this. Here you go, show them, bam.
Dun, 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 dun.
And then show them this, so they see it. This is macrame cord. I picked this up from Joann's. It's 3 millimeters and it's 50 yards long. So that macrame cord we are going to wrap on the top of this jar here, and we're just going to start it at the very end of the finger knitted cord that we ended with.
Nothing, Mommy.
I see you.
Made of
Snakes.
and bees
Bees.
and honeybees
Honeybees are good.
and
Okay.
bad bees.
You want to help me?
Yeah.
Here you go. Hold this.
Here and
Let's unravel it just a little bit.
whoa, 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 whoa.
You getting dizzy from the unraveling? Okay, so when I'm gonna put a little piece of glue on here, and then you can put the very end on it, okay?
That's hot.
Yeah, it's
You
okay.
need a donut for this.
Here.
Let's do it. It's hot.
Ah!
I'd like to put your hand in the hot glue next time.
That's not nice.
I was just kidding.
Nice.
I was just kidding, Mommy.
Okay, so we have just started the wrapping process. We went ahead and put our macrame cord kind of at the very end of where we ended our finger knitted twine. And what we're gonna do is we're just gonna keep on wrapping it up, huh?
Yeah, let's start doing it, Pons.
So when wrapping the macrame cord, I'm actually just gluing down, I would say like every 3 or 4 rows. I'll put a little glue guy on there. You don't need to use a lot of glue like we did for the twine because there's not any holes or anything in the macrame. Here, we have almost finished wrapping the whole glass. This is where it gets a little iffy. You want to go ahead and actually put more glue down because there's a curve in the glass. I'm just showing you here, glue like along the side there. That way it totally sticks and you can kind of keep it a little bit tighter.
All right, everybody, so we went ahead and finished the little jam jar, wrapped all the twine on the bottom here, the macrame cord on the top. I finished both macrame cords on the top and through here. So what we're going to do next was we're going to start on this big jar, and I'm actually going to reverse it. So I'm gonna do macrame cord on the bottom and then twine on the top. So we finished wrapping most of the jar with the macrame. I actually want to take the macrame up pretty high on this one. I have finger knitted my twine and I'm gonna wrap this around. I'm not necessarily sold going all the way up to the top with the twine here, so I just kind of wrapped like about an arm's length, a little bit more, or finger knitted about an arm's length of twine. And we're just gonna see where it goes. And if it doesn't go all the way up to the very top, that's okay. I'm totally fine with just having like a stripe of twine and then macrame going up top.
Okay, so I just about finished wrapping this pasta sauce jar. This lip here, I'm gonna go ahead and just take the macrame to this very, very edge like I've done on this side. I still do have to finish this side here, But the reason why I want to do that is because I didn't with a jam jar and it looks kind of rough. So I'm probably going to do that on the jam jar as well to just make it look a little bit cleaner. I am taking the glue on top of the macrame cord and also in like the inner lip of the jam jar. I really want to make sure that it looks like it has a clean edge on it and there is no glass showing through. So we want to go ahead and cut that macrame cord, making sure that the entire top lip is totally covered. I'm then doing the exact same step with the small jam jar here. So right here, I am taking the hot glue and I'm actually going to place a little extra hot glue at the very end of the macrame cord. I'm actually taking the hot glue gun and using the heat to kind of like melt down the hot glue that I put on there and smooth out the macrame cord. I want to make sure that everything is pretty flush and smooth.
Alright, that concludes today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell if you would like to see more videos that I make. I'll see you later. That's what it's gonna be.